the effect, and then it fades upon them and does not turn any of them.
If would the other effect still work?
That would be no, it does not.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh, your dad, you tried.
Jadad has a big old bug eye look right now, like deer in headlights, as this creature stares at him, and it actually has a simple grin in its face. Jadad.
Well, that didn't go the way I expected. I expected them to turn to dust.
Make me another perception check with advantage.
Sure thing.
Well, it's good enough. It's now that you have been in close proximity with these creatures, you are overpowered with a chemical scent that is just reeking off of them. Overpowering what would truly be something that is undead and the rot, but what you're smelling are pure on chemicals.
All right, so I will holler out that there's something different about these undead. They obviously don't like fondle, but we'll just get back to that.
Mm-hmm. Colicre?
I am going to... Oh, man, this is a bad idea. I'm going to rush forward. And, I am going to... Jeez, I'm going to bestow curse on unidentified creature 2. And I'm going to, yeah, let's just go ahead and roll that.
Oh! Oh, I thought that was a hit. Sorry. Oops.
Oh!
It succeeded.
Well, that sucks.
Alrighty.
Oh, crap. Well, in that case, I will use the remainder of my movement to, run away.
You take the op shot from the ghast.
Yep.
It tries to reach out. It hits you, and yes, you will feel not only the slash of the deal, but acid.
Can I cutting words the damage?
Sure, I think you can, can't you? It's a
Yeah, it's a damage roll too.
Yep.
It's a reaction.
Yep. There you go. All right, roll that cut.
Yes.
Man.
I gotta put. So that just took off 1, right? Yeah, make sure I'm reading that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, wasn't trying to rub that in. Okay. And then you can continue move. Oh, you did move. Okay. All right.
Nope, that was it.
And your skin is on fire where that hit.
I'll just as I run away. Ow, 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 ow.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, and as you're stepping back, okay, yeah, for a brief moment, you felt your body tense up for that acid and what was seeping into you, but you fought it off. Alrighty, this creature will grab in hold. It will try to reach down and bite the wolf and rends its flesh as it's tearing into it, trying to eat some. This will come over here, and it will then try to swipe at this wolf. Ooh! That's going to leave a mark.
Not our little wolf friends.
Wolf goes down.
At least he's wasting the crits on the wolves.
Alright, this one will bite. Alright. rending the flesh of the wolf. Alright, this one will move up here. Try to claw at the wolf. Missing. This one will bite at the wolf. Hitting. Taking the wolf out. This one will step over here and try to claw at the wolf. This one will move over here and it will try to bite this wolf. Missing. This one will step up. It will try to claw this one. Missing. The ghast, now having his attention turned on Malrona, will look at you in this. Yes, and you are been there for a moment now. Yeah, actually, on your start of your turn. Never mind, I'll do that then. It will reach over to try to bite you. Food, and you step back.
Ha!
And same thing for oh no, Jad, I'll do that on y'all's start of y'all's turn. Oh, Jadad, it reaches down and chomp, 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 chomp. Malrona, I need you. Let's see, on the start of your turn, this smell. You've been there for a while now, and oh no.
What happens?
The effects, the chemicals, and what's just reeking off of this creature has affected you now. You have been poisoned. It is kind of clouding your eyes and all that. But it is now your turn.
Okay. Oh, I untargeted. There we go. Just gonna try and hit it with her warhammer again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dropped an... Wow.
Oh wow!
Still got a hit. Oh, nicely done. Okay, so you cleave into this creature, and yes, as your mace, your warhammer rips through it, and the bones are cracking and the skin pulling apart, but you see this just concoction of goo that's intermixed with the flesh and all that is just kind of seeping out of it. You're welcome for that visual.
It's okay, she only saw half of it. It's got another one in her. Yay!
Oh, nice.
Oh yay!
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
There we go.
Now I also need. Oh, the other one goes down. Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
And I think she has 4 feet of movement. She's just gonna go right
Okay.
between those wolves right there.
Okay, perception check, please.
Okay. Her best skill. Oh wow.
Okay.
Would your dad or
All right, but just because you're a pal, I'm not gonna. You've seen enough to know. You look down at your weapon, and you're noticing that it is the metal is starting to pit, as though.
Oh, is it melting?
It is. Yeah, there is something eating into the weapon, and the only way to stop it would be to take a turn to wipe off the residue. If you don't do it soon, it will be destroyed.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Was she? So it would take up the action.
It would take up an
of her
action,
next
yes.
turn?
Yes.
Okay. Well. She
That
already
you have
used her
some time.
action.
You have a few moments. It's not instantaneous. Let me let you know that you have some time, but you know that sooner than later you're going to need to clean the weapon, or it'll be useless to you.
Okay. Well, could she do it now, or
It's
or do
you've
I
already taken. Yeah,
have to wait again?
Yeah, you're gonna have to take an action to be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, since I have to wait for the next one anyway. She's got something here. Or oh, I guess not. Never mind.
You know that you basically know that if you hit one more creature and are successful and more of the residue gets on it, your weapon's going to break.
No, I was just looking to see if lay on hands was a bonus, but it's not.
Okay. Wolf 2.
Alright, he's gonna attack the one in front of him.
Hit. Wolf 4.
Oh, sorry, he's gonna try to.
crit.
pull
Oh,
it down,
that
so-
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
Alright. And then Wolf 4 will attack number 7. And it bites in, going. "Rawr, rawr, rawr."
It's a hit. All right.
I can't believe none of these
Oh.
have fallen.
Okay. No, that
Mhm.
one. Okay. So you just knocked down. Here, let me pick that back. Well, you can just grab the prone effect and put it on.
On.
Yeah, number 7. Okay.
So number 5 is gonna attack number 9.
Yep. Crit. They're flying tonight. Man. Okay.
And it'll jump in front of in between Malrona and that creature,
Oops. Yeah.
and then I'll pass to
Done.
6. 6 will attack number 8.
Hit. All right.
And try to pull him to the ground, but he's got it. So then I'm done. Oh,
Alright.
that's me.
Eton, your turn now.
I'll start running closer and be like, "What the dilly dally is happening here?" And then I will throw another flame at the number 7, I suppose. Or actually, number 8. I'm sorry.
Hit.
May the forests burn you to the grave.
Well, it drops. Erleman.
All right, I'm going to continue with working on creature number 2
Go right ahead.
and attack it with my longbow. And also, I get the effects of Colossus Slayer once per round. So can I just drop that effect on creature 2?
Okay, so one thing, you've got Hunter's Mark still. Did that drop? It dropped off of you, so it still should be running. So you
Yeah,
can
Hunter's
grab-
Mark is.
Yeah, so you got to grab the effect and drag it back onto you again. All right,
Okay.
and then Colossal Slayer, you're going to. You also, when you tenacity, when you hit a creature with weapon attack, then you will drag that effect on you after you hit.
Okay.
You have to do a hit first, okay? Well, that's gonna do it. Okay, so before you roll your damage, grab Colossal Slayer, that effect, and drag it onto you also.
On to me or the creature?
Onto you. So wait, yeah, it should be the creature. Yeah, you're gonna do it too because it's gonna give you. It's gonna give the damage. It's gonna roll that D8
Gotcha.
part of damage. Okay. Now you can do your. Now that you've got him targeted, just roll your damage off your weapon. There you go, and you obliterated him.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
So then I'll use my bonus action to redirect the Hunter's Mark to creature 1. Actually, no, creature 5. But I'll
Fine.
just re-drag that next turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've got. I thought you had 2 attacks, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
05, you should have multi-attack.
So did he?
Oh, I can just attack the. Okay.
Yeah. So you can drag
right.
your hunter's mark again over to you.
Well, move it back to me then, because I
That's
advanced.
fine. Okay. Nope. Okay. You still hit. All right. Well done.
Thank you much.
Jadad.
Oh, let's see. I think Jadad is going to step here,
Oh dear.
and he's going to call upon his spiritual guardians to fondle these vile creatures.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know you got spiritual guardians. All right. All right. Nicely done.
Nice. Good job, Jadad. You didn't break out your hip this time.
No, but my back still hurts.
Progress. Progress.
Corcrace.
Okay, so the only ones left on the field are 1 and 10, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even paying attention that he killed us. Then there you go. Yep, 1 and 10.
Cool. I will look at oh man. I'll look at number 1. And I will say oh man, what do I want to say to this guy?
Make it good.
I'm afraid, sir, that you are suffering from delusions of adequacy, and I will vicious mockery him.
Yeah. Always say failed. Never mind. Yeah. He did not care for that.
You got him good.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. Thank you.
And then I will move back some.
All right. All right. He will try to bite the wolf. And totally whiffs. Creature will shamble. Moving over to. And it will try to swipe at you, Eton. Missing you. Okay, let's see. I need a. You are
Oh,
poisoned.
she can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, it went off for some
It's
reason.
start of your next turn. Yep, you're fine. Yep. It was the stench is overwhelming, but you're good now.
Oh, okay.
Your one eye
Well,
clears up.
she'll clean off her warhammer.
Okay. Whatever you use begins to
and,
dissolve. Hopefully, it wasn't part of your outfit.
A warhammer? Yeah, she's fine. She's
No,
not a
whatever you-
fashionable person.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe you had a extra piece of cloth because if you were using some of your outfit, it was going to drop off of you shortly.
She's fine. Let's see. Dang. Well, she's gonna go up over here. Move and put her attention towards this creature in front of her. But that's all for now.
Wolf 2.
He will attack number 1.
Okay. Hit.
Not liking the taste of it one bit.
Kills it.
And they will. I guess it'll start moving in this direction, but it won't. I don't think it'll
Here.
matter too much.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Actually, you can move them now. You've got access to them.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
So
can't pass it.
yeah, you can't pass though. Yeah. So Wolf 4.
Move up and start attacking that.
Hit. Hit. Knocked it down. Let's see. We need to put the El
Got it.
Prono. You got it? Never
It's already
mind.
on the sheet. Yeah.
Yep.
And he'll run up and try to eat him.
Hit. This should do it. All right. And the last one goes down.
And then I'll go and pet all my wolves and say, "Good job, laddies," even though they're fey spirits, really.
That's right. That's right. Well done.
Oh.
All right. So yes, as the last one falls and quiet befalls the town center, the revelers and the town folk all begin to, inch their way back into the square here, trying to, holding each other, thanking all of you, trying to understand what had just happened. And they're looking at all of y'all again, what was the meaning of this? Where did they come from? And, they don't understand what they just saw.
Yeah, this is strange. You're like undead, but not really.
And you could tell that Hedicus, he's just overwhelmed, and he's just kind of standing there, and he's looking at each of you, and he's just kind of bewildered. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't understand any of this.
Oh, geez. Well, can we maybe see a little closer these bodies, or did they melt
yeah.
away?
You can investigate the bodies. And
we'll do that.
Anybody wants to do it may run me an investigation check.
I suggest
Please.
someone that has a good pair of eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down there and come take an investigative look.
Okay. Roll it up.
I would
for
do
me.
the same.
Yep.
Corcray is skilled in everything.
All right. Anybody else?
Nature or medicine work?
You already know they're dead.
Oh,
Eric, thank you for the sub, but if that's what you want to roll, you may do so.
You said perception?
No, investigation.
Investigation.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll roll on an investigation.
She did badly on both.
And Corcray comes down here, and Atan, were you going to roll something up?
Religion, would that work?
You may roll whatever you may choose. You may choose what you'd like. Thank you, Eric, for the sub and the cheers. All right, you the man. Okay.
And I sent you a message in Discord, Duff.
Oh, now what? What did I do
Mhm.
now? It could very well be when it was coding. It's probably taking the group DC, so you could go in there and pull up the DC on the saves and look. Gary. It may very well be.
Yeah.
That's one of the bad things that Fantasy Grounds always does. Instead of it doesn't code it right. So you may change those. Go right ahead. Please change those.
It does say group DC.
Yeah, and any of y'all's got saves, you might want to look at that. They may be a little bit low. So that was the one thing I forgot to look at. So, okay, what you discover while you're kind of pulling through the bodies, and definitely each one of y'all hit with your weapons, you'll notice that there's some sizzle going on, and you find something quickly to wipe it off. You are understanding that if this ichor, it would have stayed on your weapons for too much longer, it would have rendered the weapons useless. And there is some type of alchemical concoctions flowing in each and every one of these beasts that you see before you. And though they are undead, they're, the smell that reeking off of them
Yeah, that did not feel good earlier.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. And with the what did you roll it on? Let me see back over here. What was well, the religion check. When y'all are putting the 2 and 2 together, the turn did not work because they were not something else. This wasn't a typical necromancy. There was something else going on with these creatures. Quite clearly that something with the chemicals in them reanimated maybe the bodies in a different way than what you're used to understanding. And as y'all are sitting there looking through all this, and the town folk has moved through, come out of their hiding, so to speak, all of a sudden from that where the first attack occurred, y'all hear this, Teresa, no, this is my Teresa. And you look over, and there's a man holding one of the bodies of the dead. And this is my wife. And they're looking, and Hedicus, and it's impossible. She died some 2 years back. How could she be? And there's then the town folk just, what could be the meaning of this? Who would forsake the undead? And Hedicus looks y'all, and she's was buried 2 years back in our cemetery. How could she be out?
Oh, Well, we're trying to figure out what it is that's made them so strange.
We must go. Hedicus goes, yes, we must go to the cemetery. Please, accompany me. And he reaches over and he goes, Braun, Wolfson, follow me. Let's take them to the cemetery. We've got to see what's going on. Will you follow us?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so.
Have you noticed anything strange around the cemetery recently?
Well, so you remember so far that since you've been here, that all that y'all know is you spent a couple of days in town, and figuring out the murder that took place of the woman. I forget her name already, but that happened, and there's been nothing nothing else of consequence has taken place. No, and he's looking at it going, no, but we must go look now. Please, it's only about a 20-minute walk from here. And he begins to head off with the other two gentlemen, and they grab some torches because now it's actually beginning to, it's dusk and the sun is falling over the hillside, and it's turning a little dark, and y'all begin to move out of the town center and head a little out of town, and the torchlight casts shadows along the ground and the trees, and it's very quiet as y'all, and you come up, you see basically before you definitely is some type of cemetery with a typical entrance over it, and Hedicus kind of looks at the group and says, you can just kind of tell, and with his look he goes, you first? And you will see, dun dun dun, I don't want encounters, I want maps, you dork. All right.
As we're kind of walking into the area, I look over to Jadad and I just Can you give me a little fondel? My wounds are grievous.
Okay. So while we're doing that, are the wolves? How long do the wolves last, Jack?
They just last an hour or so.
Okay, so
they'll
there's
be
you're
gone.
still they've still got a few minutes. All right, so let me.
Erleman's inspiration would have expired by now too.
All right, so y'all can turn that all off. You can. I think you can take it off him. You gave it to him, right?
Yes.
You need
Oh.
some assistance, Corcray?
No, I got it.
Okay. So what you see before you, the map is a cemetery. It's right out of a horror novel. There's a pale fog that definitely is lifting as the sun is set, and this is a difference between the time and the seasons of winter into spring. So it's definitely damp. There's definitely mist, and you will see the fog just kind of rides low over the ground, kind of up and over some of the tombstones that you see before you. Also, before you is definitely the gate's dilapidated, and you kind of cut through it, and there's a typical rickety perimeter fence. Hey, FaZe, welcome to the Rejects. Is surrounding the outside, the perimeter of the deal, and you hear some crickets and a few bugs, and the kink of your armor's moving. It's deathly quiet. Some of the tombstones you kind of look at, they are definitely very old, have been around for quite a while. And in front of you also is what looks to be a mausoleum of some sort that's been, it's seen better days. You can tell that there is a door to it that would have been there, but it's definitely, it's been opened. You can kind of see it's cracked open. And you hear, like I said, nothing else is moving. What do you
Yep.
do?
All right.
No,
Quick question before we go very far. I'm going to ask you what these are. Are these tree stumps, or you can't even see the mark anymore because it's color?
Yeah, there's tree stumps or dilapidated trees, and you've got, the definitely what seems to be grave markers or sarcophagi on most of these are supposed to be really grave markers. This isn't our production map by no means. You've got looks like walkway path, and you can tell as the fog kind of rolls in and out that a few of the graves look disturbed.
So would you say this place is holy?
Oh no. Oh no.
the paladin will step up and look around as best as she
Alright.
can.
What's up? Casey's he's watching us. Oh no, we gotta be on our best behavior.
Oh,
And FaZe, what's
Oh,
up, man?
no.
You're a good FaZe. Welcome, like I said, welcome to the Rejects, man. Okay. You will definitely you can make me a it says the
Perception?
when did the search check come into 5e? I think this is the modules will be writing these and compiling them. We're going to be trying to get them to span over different rule sets. So sometimes I may use a verb or term that I think some of this could be due for Pathfinder or will do for Savage Worlds and stuff like that. But anyway, if you'll make me an investigation check or perception, please.
all right. Well, let's hope for something good. Nope.
She almost stumbles into a hole in the ground, guys.
And I'm gonna be back here focusing my primeval awareness to determine if there's any undead or any other creatures or things like that in the area within 1 mile.
You cast the spell, and there it is eerily quiet, and nothing blips on your radar.
Okay, and I inform everybody of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Jadad, you move over to a gravestone area. Would you make me an investigation check, please? Corcray, you're moving around too. Oh boy.
I don't see shit.
Oh man, the fog is really
Loud.
affecting y'all's look.
As I'm looking around, I just mentioned to Erleman, if Jadad's turn undead didn't work, what makes you think your ability to find them will. I just keep looking.
Well, that's not the
He's
song.
he's
Hold on.
he's researching something.
What about let's do moody music instead. We want it moody. Let's try this
Moody.
instead. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. So what, Corcray, did you roll something and nothing happened? Okay. Well,
Yes.
y'all are not liking this graveyard at all. It is giving you the technical term heebie-jeebies. Anybody else want to participate in this? Oh, I need to lock tokens before y'all do too much farther. Atan, do you want to participate in this?
Religion, nature, medicine, any of that.
Investigation.
Yeah,
or
one
nature.
second.
Or nature. Well, you could do that because you've been to a few graveyards before. You know, you're up in age there. Plenty of people have. Okay, so you will find several disturbed graves, and you kind of reach down to grab a hold of the earth. You know, you're trying to figure out what's happening here, and you will, as you're probing the graves and all that, you're going to notice that as they've been disturbed, but they have been, instead of what you would have assumed as the undead have come out of the graves, these were dug out. Just the exact opposite.
All right, everybody. It looks like we've gotten some grave robbers afoot.
Okay. Erleman, you've moved up to the door, and you definitely can tell that for some reason this door is ajar, and there's not even a locking mechanism on this door. And you can peek in, and you kind of see some sarcophagus, and, definitely laying, kind of stacked in neat little orders. And you can make me an investigation check, please.
Okay. Ouch.
Have any of y'all, except for Ton, rolled over a 10? No, you haven't. Wow.
No.
All right.
I thought I was the blind one here, guys.
Yeah. So, yep. In the fog, just as you step up there, bake sauce. Oh, wait, man. Yeah, thanks for checking us out. That's our web developer.
So, yeah, I think my age has been affecting my sight. I think I've got cataracts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the fog, it went early, when you stepped up there and, pried the door just so slightly open, that fog slowly rolls in, following you somewhat, your movement was, pulling it along, so to speak, and it rolls into the room, masking the floor a little. And you're still got your radar or sonar going off, right, Erleman?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're not reading anything right now.
I think your dad's gonna go pick up the jar that's on the floor there.
Go do what? What did you just say?
Your dad's gonna pick up the jar that's on the floor.
I'm not.
Because you said there was a jar there.
No, the door was ajar. Okay.
Oh my god.
Son, you know what? You know what? I think your dad's about to get interred into this mausoleum permanently.
Oh my
I don't think
goodness.
that's part of the module, Casey, but it's about to be. Okay? It's a new monster. Okay?
Mhm.
The DM curse. Okay. What are we doing, folks? Yes, I fell
I'd
for
like
it, you
to-
bastard.
I'd like to investigate this little side mausoleum here.
You find it's been ransacked. You see, you make me an investigation check, please. Oh, there's an actual rollover.
Finally.
Finally.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, we need to celebrate. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hooray for Corpray!
You have seen this smaller one that's kind of there has been ransacked, and you see footprints several in the area as you you were looking, and you see what you kind of see is something came at, those footprints kind of went in a single set, and then 2 sets came out.
I'll call back to the group. Hey, I've got footprints over here.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. See.
Well, sitting there, and Hedicus and he's sitting there. He's got his 2, town folk. They're kind of at the gate, and they're they ain't liking this at all, And Hedicus, what is it? What do you see? What's going on?
Don't know yet. Tracks. Do they look like act like persons?
Yeah,
footprints.
footprints. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll follow them as far as I can to the edge of the cemetery.
Gary, I'm gonna make you laugh, pal. So, what about Erleman and Jadad? As Jadad picked up his jar.
I'm going to investigate the footprints that.
Can I roll survival on it too?
Whoa, okay, wait a sec. You've got footprints that come out of this and they actually go back, and you see them walking actually toward the big mausoleum. When you follow them, and you see multiple tracks seem to be coming down that path toward. It's like a single set go back toward the mausoleum, and then multiple tracks are coming out and back down this path towards y'all as they kind of make a loop around. It's really interesting. They kind of do this, and then they shamble. Definitely you can tell they're dragging, moving along, and then they come around, and then they make a lip, and they go out. They some sets go this way, and then more are kind of heading out, and you look and you can see where some of the fence line also looks like it's broken, and at first you just thought it was regular wear and tear, over years, but it looks like some of it has been intentionally broke.
You said there was 2 groups of them. Did one of them happen to go towards
one? Footsteps went back toward the big mausoleum.
And did another set of those tracks happen to go over towards the Ravensborough?
A whole bunch of set begin to look like they're walking out of the graveyard.
That's what I thought.
I'll ask Itan if he could, sniff around.
I'm gonna keep investigating this building over here and cast find traps just to make sure.
So you got? Does that make your sonar drop? As I don't know if you could cast. I think your primeval awareness, is that a concentration?
Hang on.
Doesn't see.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. So if you cast the other one, you'd have to drop it.
Yeah, that's fine. It only lasts for 2 minutes anyway, so it should be done by now.
Okay, yeah. You don't.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast find traps on the building and everything in my line of sight in front of me.
You don't detect anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just enter the building and look around.
Okay, enter away. All right, so you enter in, and you can tell well, it looks like the sarcophagus here. A couple of them have been kind of messed up, but there's several that have not. Though it's you see the footprints when they were alerted to what was happening. There's this set of footprints enters in, and it looks like it goes to each and every one of the sarcophagus that are there. And there's probably 3 or 4 on each side. 2 of them have been slightly ajar. Those are the really smaller ones, but then the rest of them, it looks like as though they have not been opened. And Hedicus, you happen to not notice, it kind of stumbled in, kind of came in behind you. It was watching because he was concerned. He was saying this has been one of a holy place, and he's kind of coming up the stairs. He trips, and he kind of slams in to the door, hits some of the fallen material that's there, and y'all just kind of everybody stops because it just breaks the silence, breaks the mood totally. And if if someone didn't know you were there, they know you are there. And right in front of you, Erleman, at the top of the little stair with a little bitty altar or whatever that was, you begin to see the ground begins to move. And you start seeing stuff being pulled, the material, the wood, the stone. You see bones actually come up through the building, out through the walls, and they kind of start coalesce. And all of a sudden you see this large mass stuff just kind of heaves up out of the ground. And something put right here.
I tell you, I'm glad I picked up that jar, because that town elder would have had his face full of glass.
Oh my god.
Oh, and did I just do that? Quit that right there. You have got in front of you what is only be described as a big debris. It's a headless, almost serpentine form of just material parts of people, and it just wails. And had you had sensors going off, it would have told you that this was trouble. Y'all can roll me initiatives again.
Oh yeah, it wasn't awful.
And all of you will hear this wail, ear-piercing wail, uncanny, nothing you've heard before. I promise you.
Out of tune.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Really? Oh, wow. Okay. And, once again.
By Erleman.
Oh no.
All right. You will notice out of the corner of your eyes, Erleman, that some of the vines and some of the plant growth that's kind of seeping through the windows and up through the plaster or concrete and anything, stonework that's there, you all of a sudden immediately begin to see it like shrivel up and like turn to dust before you. And this thing rolls up, coming at you. And it actually doesn't even have to move. It just slashes out at you. And it hits you. Wham! This force. And oh boy. And it's sickening. Yeah, for a brief moment as it curled up and slammed into you, you felt something unnatural try to seep into your body, trying to eat away at your own flesh, your own soul. Malrona.
So she hears this crazy
You heard the wail. There's
sound.
no doubt. There's no doubt at all. You heard that. Yep.
All right. She's gonna head on over there. Is this at all an opening on this end, or is that just like windows?
It's a little window. What could have been a window?
Would she be able to kind of go in through that way at all?
Sure. What the hell? Knock yourself out. These aren't our production masks. I don't think they are, right, Casey? I think this was just used to help run the show. We're getting really other ones made. While you're working on the
rush on in there.
while you're working on the Empire of Ashland.
I guess she'll get all up close and personal. That's her whole 30 feet of movement.
Oh, are you gonna give it a hug?
Yeah, this is a
with
Mai.
a warhammer.
Yes, babe. Yeah, Malrona is being played by Mai. Yep.
Oh, hello, bake
Yep.
sauce.
Yep. She's always involved.
Yeah.
We can't get rid of her. Not that we want to. We're just teasing.
Oh no.
Oh no, am I?
Oh, that's even
Miss.
worse.
Oh man, you stumble through the mess that's in here, and the form as it's coalescing, and it pulled something by you real quickly, and you stumbled as you were swinging your weapon.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's all she can do.
Oh, and
Swung
actually, I
around
forgot to totally, while we're sitting there, Casey, she sent me a first draft of the
shop.
Of the shop. Yeah, I'll post this here in a second. Totally forgot to put that out there. I'm sorry, I'm unworthy. I'm unworthy. Okay, Matan, you move up, seeing this disaster.
I'll use all my 40 movement to get to here. And be like, oh, what is happening in here? What is that thing?
I don't know, but it's not not good. It's not good at all.
It's a new monster. It's one of Casey's masterpieces. He thought
It's big and I couldn't hit it. I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
He's very disturbed.
I love KC Masterpiece. That's some good barbecue sauce.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You know what? I leave him wide open. He takes that softball and just so knocks it right out.
Punday Friday.
Yeah, wonderful.
It used to be Punday Sunday, but now it's every day of the week.
Every day is pun day.
Every day is Pun Day. See, people appreciate puns.
And I'll use a bonus action to healing word on Erleman.
And Earlman's like, oh, thank you.
Oh, poor Earlman walking in on this mess.
Oh, my hip.
Oh no! I'm gonna have 2 old men in the party now. Or 3!
Yeah, 3.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna just take a step back here real quick. And then I'm going to drop a hunter's mark on myself, and then go ahead and attack the creature.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're doing that Hedicus and the guys run up. Oh my God, run away! They just flee, They are definitely, running. And they flee. All right. Hit.
All right, and then I go ahead and do my second attack.
Okay.
And that is it for me.
Okay.
Oh, the second one wasn't targeted.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're right, it wasn't. Sorry.
Give him the 11. Is that right?
Yes,
Done.
22 total is what it should have been.
Well, I think you got...
He needs to roll another d6.
Yeah. I was gonna
Hunter's mark.
say, your hunter's mark falls off every time. It's a self roll, and it has to... All right, so I need to add 6 to that. Well, actually, he's resisting that, so it's only 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Corcray.
If I were to move here, would I be able to see the thing through the window?
Yep. Easily.
Cool. Dissonant Whispers.
Whispers.
And I will whisper in its ear.
It has several.
Everyone's allowed to make Everyone's allowed to make a mistake every now and then, but I feel you're abusing that privilege.
Oh, it's failed its save.
Awesome.
And it has to immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away from me as its speed allows it to.
As in, it would be frightened of you? Is that what you're saying?
an effect of the spell.
It doesn't specify that. However, it does. It just says that it has to immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me as it can. The creature will not move across obviously dangerous ground such as a fire pit or anything like that, but it's got to try to get as far away from me as possible.
It doesn't say that, does it? Okay.
Nope.
All right. So it does its reaction, and it will. Let me bring this up 1 second, and let me make sure I read that right. That was Dissonant Whispers, right? And it must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed will allow it. Okay. And it will do that. Y'all will notice that it coalesces and it seeps into the ground and disappears.
And when that happens, I turn to the townsfolk that have like
Oh, they've already
stupidly
fled.
let us. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
then I
ran.
will reiterate: run away. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's me.
Jadad.
I will walk, run, wheezing over here. And that will be that, because there's nothing there.
All right. Wolves. The wolfies.
These wolves inside the mausoleum will hold their attack in case it comes back. So number 2 and number 4, we can just pass them.
2 and 4. All right. 5 and 6.
They'll move up. Let's see. Can it jump into there, like
Yeah.
next
I
to
don't
her?
mind. I don't mind. Yeah.
And they can move 40, so they'll go up to there.
Okay.
And they'll both ready attacks.
Okay. Jadad, perception check, please. Yeah,
Yay! Something I'm good at!
that's right, Matt. Dun dun, dun dun.
I need to shut up when I'm going to roll.
Where's your pun for that, buddy?
Seems like there's a jar on your head.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, nothing. You this the fog still broils over the ground, and it is quiet. Malrona.
Right, well, she just saw this thing seep into the floor.
Mm-hmm. You basically saw it kind of. It's like a burrowing, and it basically goes there, and the ground is definitely turned up and churned, but it's not moving anymore. As you saw it just kind of seep down and disappear into the dirt, as it was fleeing Corcray's whispers.
Did this, did it look undead like those other ones before?
It looked like an amalgamation of... No, it didn't. So you didn't have
Or was it like a Frankenstein?
Something like that, but it was a mass of not only the pieces of wood and the plaster and anything around it, but it also, you saw that it was pulling up bones from the ground. So you saw some skulls and some, bones of humans, and even possibly look like beasts. Maybe that had died in the ground, and they still, some look fresh, some didn't. It was, like I said, an amalgamation of
Well,
multiple pieces of stuff.
she's going to try and hope that her divine sense will help her to see if she can sense this thing around.
Okay, let's see what says. Divine sense, your radar, your presence registers. All right, you will know within 60 feet of you. Boop,
Mhm.
boop, 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 boop.